And welcome to the Hashtag Vegas podcast, guys. I'm your host, Ace of Vegas, and I'm joined here with my co-host, CompsGuy and Cris Rocks. Guys, say what's up.
What's up?
What's up? I'm not the rapper. I mean, the actor.
Not Brooklyn Chris Rock.
Nope.
But all good stuff. Okay, I think we got a couple minutes till the stream starts going, and then we'll go ahead and see how things are looking.
Right.
Oh, apparently I don't have any audio.
No.
That's not good. Can't hear on that end? Is the audio on? We're checking out with Wendy in the background. Wendy is our producer, and she also does the captions and writes a lot of the videos, too. Also happens to be my spouse. This is a family business here.
All right.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and check with her now that the video is going. Okay. All right, sounds like we got 2 thumbs up over here from our beautiful producer that I'm hoping will join us backstage after the show. So, all right, cool deal. Honey, can you go ahead and turn the speakers off? Back there. All right, the actual speakers, the one to your right. Sweetest thing in the world, she actually teaches small children, pre-K, all that good type of stuff. So it's always a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful woman, I'll tell you. I'm pretty fond of her. Also great that she lives with me, too.
Tell her I said hi.
All right. Chris says hi, babe. Chris says hi. She's busy doing other stuff right now. She's not interested in what I'm doing. All right. Cool. And let's go ahead and get this live stream popping now.
Let's do it.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and run this 3, 2, 1. And it should be going. Looks like it's going public. Okay. Changes are saved. All right. Yep. Looks like we are officially online, guys. The Ace of Vegas, Cris Rocks, CompsGuy video podcast is alive. Or we decided on a hashtag Vegas for the name of it, because that is a really long name otherwise.
All right, I see it live.
We are
right
indeed
now.
live, guys. Right on. And looks like we got our first few watchers coming in right now, so that's always a good sign.
All right. So
That
one
is
of
a
them
good
is
sign.
me.
Yeah.
So,
All right. But that means we're getting there. I think I'm seeing about it looks like I'm seeing about 3 people in chat right now. All right, so we're doing pretty good here. And let's not. Oh yeah, we do actually have some viewers again. Mr. Ace Corp over here,
Okay.
who is actually Christina, but we're not
Yes.
gonna tell anybody that Mr. Ace Corp.
someone else.
Yeah,
Yes, someone else.
Yeah.
Me.
I think that was originally gonna be mine, but she stole it. Old friend of mine from college, so. All right, cool deal, guys. So now that we are rolling over here, looks like we got about 4 or 5 people jumping in. I think we can just go ahead and give them another 2 minutes to get rolling, and we'll just enjoy a little more pre-show goodness.
What can I offer for this pre-show?
Well, Chris, if you want to go ahead and give us a rundown of what we have planned for today, I think that would be great.
Yes, today's biggest topic is the Meek Mill versus the Cosmopolitan Hotel marquee security / everyone at the Cosmo run-in when they kicked them out of basically the entire hotel, right? Not just the club.
Yeah, they I think they barred him from entry from the whole hotel.
Yes, that is a big topic for today, and hopefully you guys can also share your opinion with us in the chat.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go ahead and do a little promotion too, just so everybody knows. we go. That's promoted back to everything. All right, awesome. All right, it looks like we got about. Yeah, it looks like we got about. We're kind of flickering between 3 and 5 people right now, but this is our first episode.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be like that. I also didn't do a lot of promotion for this one here, so that's my bad. That is my bad.
Neither did I. all I said was I have like an announcement I'll be announcing soon.
Yeah.
And then,
and you didn't announce it.
Then I didn't. I posted some stuff like to Twitter and whatnot, but like as far as on my channel, I didn't get around to uploading the video or anything.
Hey, it's all good. We are good either which way. All right.
Yeah.
Well, how about we go ahead and get the party started here with some introductions. So, if you guys have been on the channel before, I'm obviously the Ace of Vegas. I'm the one that runs this particular channel. And, my whole shtick is getting you to Vegas a whole lot faster and a whole lot cheaper. So, that's all I really got going on. Chris, did you want to go ahead and do your intro next, and then CompsGuy, you're after that?
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, let's go for it. So I am an avid Vegas traveler, and I play a lot of my Vegas, and basically I can go to Vegas under $200. That's like my deal. But I work in TV, and that should be it. Not sure what else to add.
Well, I'm the CompsGuy, and my channel is my Vegas channel. I try to get people the best deals when they go to Vegas, whether it's through my Vegas or just other kinds of things. But I've been a huge fan of both of your guys' channels, so I'm pretty excited for this podcast.
Yay.
Yeah, definitely a good thing. And if I remember correctly, I think one of the first videos I saw of CompsGuy, he was doing a lot of gameplay videos. He likes to do a lot of the gameplay for all their real rewards apps, so not just My Vegas, but he'll do them for win slots too. He has a series about how to get them all for win slots, all the gems for win slots, so you can get a free 4-day stay too. I don't think he plays a lot of binions. You don't play a lot of binions, do you, man?
No, I haven't recorded a lot of minions. I play it, but it's not something I record a lot of.
All right,
You're right, it's a lot of win slots and then a lot of the My Vegas apps.
Yeah, and I think your most popular ones are usually the pop slots videos. People really like pop slots, so yeah, and you're pretty good with that.
Which is interesting because it's like, I mean, I like the game, but I find it hard recording and like trying to keep track of like the balloons and all that stuff. So, but if people like it, I'll make videos, obviously. So.
Yeah, and I just got into pop slots, and I kind of liked it.
Yeah. It's actually a really fun game to play, if you ask me.
Yeah, something different. Mm-hmm.
All right, awesome. And then Chris, she does a lot of travel vlogs too. You do travel vlogs, but you're also your whole thing is you're the hashtag girl gamer. You play not just the real rewards games, but play other games too. Because I think your biggest following, you do a lot of stuff on Twitch, right?
I do. I stream. Basically, I've been streaming Fortnite, more Clash Royale, and just other random games. But yeah, my YouTube channel is a little bit of a mess because I don't know what to dedicate myself to it. Because I used to do a lot of gaming, pop culture, lifestyle, unboxings, or just random stuff. Right now, and beauty. It's my biggest thing on my channel. But I want to aim more for the pop culture lifestyles. That way, more travel vlogs, and I'm not sure. I'm a mess because I used to do I was gonna do a My Vegas strategy channel, but I only did one video, and I don't know where I'm at. It's a little bit of everything.
We're getting there. We're either which way. So. Yeah. All right, awesome. Well, how about we go ahead and dive into today's topic then? So Meek Mill versus the Cosmopolitan Hotel. Actually, I think I might even have an overlay for the Cosmo Hotel over here. Let me see if I have that. Let me see if that's up here. I had one for the Cosmo. Let me see if I can bring up an image of the Cosmo. Yes, I do. I have a Cosmo image over here. All right, let's go ahead and talk about Cosmo and our boy Meek Mill. All right, so yeah, CompsGuy here. Why don't you go ahead and give us a breakdown of that, because you found all the articles there. So why don't you go ahead and give us the breakdown?
Yeah. So last Saturday, basically Meek Mill's had a whole bunch of concerts in Vegas. I think all weekend. I think all Memorial Weekend, and essentially he wanted to get into, I believe it's the Jewel Club at Cosmopolitan, and security stopped him and essentially said that he wasn't allowed, and they wouldn't really give him a reason why. They just said, basically, we don't want you here. Like, and it was a weird kind of way they did it. They were kind of nice, but kind of like not answering any of his questions. And like his one of his buddies was DJing at that club, so it just didn't make a whole lot of sense. And then today they I'll go into the middle. Meek Mill's basically accused the Cosmopolitan of acting in a racist fashion, and which it could be construed that way, is definitely because he was being very polite, just trying to get in the club, and they basically banned him from the whole hotel, which was odd, because all the videos on his Twitter were just him asking, like, why am I not allowed in? And they just said, for security reasons. Made no sense. And then today, they essentially, Cosmopolitan, 6 days later, came out and had this message on Twitter. It says, "We apologize to Meek Mill and how we handled the situation on Saturday, May 25th, as we did not act in a respectful manner, and we're wrong. Meek Mill has not had any prior incidents on our property. The Cosmopolitan has a zero tolerance for discrimination, and we pride ourselves on providing an inclusive environment. We look forward to welcoming Meek Mill back to the resort." So it was a public apology like he wanted, but it doesn't seem like a strong one to me. But that's my opinion, just in general. Because I think it could have just been avoided. But that was kind of the timeline. He had shows, he wanted to hang out with his buddy at a club, and they basically banned him for no reason. And then now they issued an apology.
Okay, good deal. Mm-hmm. Well, bad deal, actually, I think, because that sounds like it was a really rough weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for them just to say, like, yeah, we're going to welcome him back anytime to the resort, and that's about it. That's all he got. But I feel like if Meek Mill didn't really threaten them online on his social, they probably wouldn't have issued an apology if he didn't record it. So that's good that he had someone on his team who was recording the what do you call it, the conversation between him and the security guys at the Cosmo, because those, I've stayed at the Cosmo plenty of times, and those security guards, they're all over the place, especially on, I think, where the second floor where the marquee is at. And that place always gets beyond packed. So I can see why they have security guards, but they're always at every corner trying to find, like, if someone's doing something wrong, which is good that they're there, but I feel like they just catch you for any little thing, and they will threaten you to kick you out of the resort. Because I was threatened to be kicked out of the resort.
You were threatened?
Because, yeah.
Over what?
Because I took off my shoes when I was going to the corner of the long hall. There's like a long hallway after you go to the secret pizza place. So I was in that secret pizza place. My shoes were killing me. My friend wanted to get pizza. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to take off these shoes right when I turn the corner. I turned the corner. Out of nowhere, some security guard guy was somehow magically appeared like a ghost. And they're like, no, you can't take off. There's zero tolerance for shoes. Yeah, like zero tolerance for having shoes. You have to put your shoes back on or else you'll be kicked out. And I'm like, whoa there. So I ended up putting my shoe on, walked the long hallway, looked back, he wasn't there, took off my shoes, went to the elevator. And I feel like those security guards are really aggressive, and I'm not sure, they just threaten you. And I feel like maybe it's the same security guard that Meek Mill ended up getting. I don't remember, but that was my experience with security at the Cosmo and dealing with them. They're interesting people.
They sound like they're real tough customers right there. Them and their $20 rent-a-cop suits.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just get a really weird vibe with those security guards at the Cosmo. So, yeah.
Oh, actually, I think I found something interesting on that. You guys keep going for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read over this article that I just found about the Cosmo and discrimination. I guess they've had problems with this in the past. Hold on just a second. You guys keep talking.
For it. All right. Let's see what else we can fill this in. But yeah, I'm not sure if the marquee was that club is always beyond packed, and especially on a Saturday, that place gets overcrowded. And maybe I was thinking like a different scenario. Maybe it was overcrowded, and they weren't allowing any more people inside because of the capacity. And maybe he went on the wrong time and he wanted to get in, but they wouldn't let him. And maybe he thought, hey, I'm a rapper, I can get in. But maybe that's a scenario, and we don't know what really happened when he was at the club. But that could have been it too.
Yeah.
No, we just don't know. But the video that he posted on his social really shows you that he was not aggressive at all. He was complying, just listening to the Cosmo's, I don't know, manager, whoever they are. So it's kind of really a bad look on the Cosmo on their part.
Yeah, it makes them look really bad. I like their hotel. I've stayed there.
Yeah.
And it's a nice hotel. But I think the way they treated him, like if he didn't have those videos and stuff, I guarantee there would have been no like official apology. He actually was pushing for it, and then they finally did it. And just thought, like, why wouldn't you as a PR team like try to like get on the good side of this? Like the day after, like try to do everything so it doesn't get out. Because you could, I mean, it's horrible, especially with social now. Like any person who's a minority, if a company's treat them bad, that company could tank like so fast.
Have a platform.
Yeah, they have, especially someone with a platform that big, as big as Meek Mill. Like, I thought he was pretty respectful. When I first heard the story, I was like, okay, like maybe he was like acting up or something, being, crazy or.
Yeah, that's what I first thought. I'm like, oh, another rapper trying to get in a club and they wouldn't let him in.
Right.
That's what I thought until I saw everything. I was like, okay, it's
I thought the same thing, honestly, because I was looking at it. I figured if it was like, I don't know, Snoop, I could see them being discriminatory. If it was Will Smith, I'd be like, what are they doing? Do they value their careers at all? But I saw Meek Mill, and I'm like, this could have been his fault. This could have been his fault. But, you review the video footage, and their response the next day where they're like, oh, we absolutely don't discriminate against anybody. Something, Meek Mill got in a fight with one of Jay-Z's friends, something. And they were so non-specific about it, and it just kind of made you wonder, like, what are they really up to?
Yeah.
The thing that gets me the most is that they didn't tell him, like, why he wasn't welcome back in the hotel. Even if you can just go in the hotel, just walk through it and go to the Vegas Strip if you need to, because it's like everything's interconnected. He couldn't even do that. And I'm like, any person can just walk in the hotel and just like go to the washroom or buy something.
Actually, Chris, sorry to cut you off over there. Speaking of washroom, I just finished that other article by the Las Vegas Sun over here. So apparently this isn't the first time that the Cosmo has been in hot water for discrimination before. So it looks like in spring 2011, the Cosmo got some pretty serious backlash because it looks like there was a problem that they had with the security banning a transgender guest. So check this out. So a young lady by the name of Stephanie, she identified as a pre-op trans woman, said so when she was walking out of the ladies' restroom, she was taken out of the resort by security. So apparently they photographed her and told her that she was trespassing and tried to give her a lifetime ban and did the same thing that they did to Meek. They threatened to arrest her if she didn't leave. And they just did that straight up. Apparently, the Wednesday after that, Cosmo was like, hey, we're really sorry about that. We'd welcome her back to the resort anytime. But, after that, just like, I'm not going back to that resort unless you name a suite after me. So I wonder if this might be part of their training over here. I wonder if this might be an issue that they have.
Yeah, where they go in, like, heavy-handed, and then if someone, like, forces the issue or it becomes news, they're just kind of like, oh, well, we apologize, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that seems like almost the same exact story, just kind of different people.
Yeah, but, just suppressing a different group, really. So it kind of makes you wonder, like, I mean, is it maybe even the same security guard? This was about 8 years ago, but it sounds like they haven't gotten any better.
Yeah.
I think I need to go back to the Cosmo and investigate.
Yeah, kind of makes you wonder about it. Because here's my thing. I mean, you figure big name like Meek Mill, and I'm not saying this as a Meek Mill fan. I think his music's okay at best. I'm not a super huge fan of his. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, and he's had his share of legal problems in the past too. I think he's been arrested for weapons charges and drug charges and things like that when he was a young man. It's commonplace in the rap world. It is what it is, but fact of the matter is, when he just kind of rolled up like that, just him being a big name, especially being a big name in the city at the time, and if I recall correctly, he is pretty good buds with DJ Mustard. I'm not entirely sure because I know Mustard was playing at the club, and he rolled up at 3:30 in the afternoon. So it's not like he was, I'm sure he wasn't crazy drunk. He might have been a little tipsy, but I'm sure he wasn't crazy drunk in the middle, at 3:30 in the afternoon. Just going into the hotel because the video showed he couldn't even get out of his limo. Like they stopped him at the what do you call it, at the valet. Like they weren't playing that, and it was crazy right under the marquee. And I'm just wondering, when someone rolls up in a limo like that, do you not like money?
Yeah, I mean, that was the first thing I thought. I'm like, so you don't want his money? Like, I'm like, if they're a business and Cosmo's supposed to be like a higher tier hotel, like you wouldn't want him there. You wouldn't want he draws people with him. I'm sure he could have put a tweet out and said, hey, I'm going to be at whatever club tonight, and that place would be packed, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Of people who'd want to come meet him. They could have done a lot more, and stopping his limo and not even letting him get out, that's really crazy. I couldn't imagine why they would just go and do that. It doesn't make sense. So
yeah, it just kind of makes you wonder. I think what really got me suspicious was the fact that the security guard, the lead security guard in the video, he was looking, hey, can you please stop recording me? It's like, recording you for what? He's like, no, I can't stop recording you. And the security guy's like, it's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and read you this trespassing thing. You're out of here, because he ran out of answers. It was very clear he just ran out of things to say.
Yeah, I obviously, in the video, you could tell, that the security guard he didn't have any, real answers, just, go away. But it doesn't make, to me, there's just a big hole. And since we weren't there, maybe there was something, ahead of time that they knew. But it seemed like when he was there, there was nothing wrong with Meek. He was just, talking to the security guard. And that's good that he recorded, that he had someone recording, because, if they didn't have any evidence and he didn't push for it, there would have been no apology, even though it wasn't, the strongest. It was, a simple PR, we...
Yeah.
We apologize and come back anytime so we could harass you, kind of thing.
Right, it's really.
Gosh, I have a feeling Meek Mill is going to open his own club.
Just out of spite, he's going to, that'll probably get MGM out of hot water there.
Still,
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Actually, that does work. The Meek Mill. Come stay at the Meek Suite and then join us in the Meek Mill downstairs.
Here you go.
All right.
Should tweet that back at him.
All right. So let him know, Meek, we got your back. We will join you at the Meek Mill.
We'll be your PR team.
Right. At the signature at MGM Grand, because they have absolutely no nightlife over there.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. And honestly, he didn't miss anything inside the marquee. The marquee plays, I guess it's EDM or that music that goes do 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 do, and I don't understand it. I went there just for fun to make fun of people that one time on a Saturday night, and I don't know how people can dance to that music, and it was awful. I just don't understand that club. So yeah, at least he didn't have to witness.
He didn't have to suffer
horrible music. Suffer, yeah.
Right. Oh man, I'll tell you. And apparently Meek has since accepted the apology. At one point, his lawyer, can't remember the lawyer's name, the attorney's name or whatever, and I'm assuming he's got a pretty banging attorney because he's had so many other legal cases up to this point. So I'm sure he knows a good guy. Can you imagine his attorney? He's probably like, "We got a problem with the Cosmo. You didn't punch nobody. You ain't got no weapons. I can have this licked by lunch." And I'm not sure why his attorney was Sam Jackson just now. I'm not.
Yeah.
I think I just want to say that. I just want Samuel L. Jackson to be an attorney and to represent rappers.
That would be a great comedy.
Wouldn't that be great? Hold on to your butts.
There you go.
All right.
Got into the mood.
We want a motherfucking suite in this motherfucking hotel.
Oh man, yeah, I'm checking out Meek Mill's Twitter to see if he posted anything
We should check on that
after
there.
that. But
I understand he did accept the apology, and from what I hear, they're not going to pursue legal action anymore. So I'm wondering if they maybe just didn't have that strong a case, or if it was just the fact that, hey, we want them to apologize. We want to make sure that we're good to roll up over here in case his friends are ever playing there and he wants to support them.
yeah.
So who knows?
It's really nothing. Just a video. Yeah. There's nothing on his Twitter. Maybe it's Instagram.
I gotta check this out. We're all gonna jump onto our phones right now, for our live studio audience that's watching us, just to see what Meek Mill's up to. I don't think I have him followed on Twitter. I don't have a lot of people on Twitter right now. I should use Twitter more often.
I wish I was better at using Twitter, because I know a lot of people use it, but yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks like everybody's just blowing up. They're like, "Yo, does this resort have a practice of randomly kicking people of color off its premises without reason?" Yeah, that's well. I mean,
right.
apparently they do, or at least if not people of color, then people of non-binary gender identities. So there you go.
They're trying to.
Anyone.
Yeah, so they do have a history.
A lot of people are really pissed off, but they have a right to be.
Oh no, I'd absolutely be pissed off too. I mean, the hotel security in general is pretty. They have a little bit of a short man complex, so to speak. Not to hit on short people, but that Napoleon complex. So they're like, all right, because I had a problem with them last time I went to Mirage. Actually, I was coming back from a late happy hour after karaoke at the Signature at MGM Grand, or not the Signature.
Karaoke.
Yeah, there's karaoke at the level. Well, I'll tell you about it more in the next segment. But there's karaoke there. So I was coming back late from that, so I did karaoke and had a late night happy hour with some people that I was doing karaoke with, and I went solo this last time. I did a trip report on that pretty recently. I didn't take the boss lady, didn't take any of my siblings, didn't take any of my mates. It was just a solo trip. Nobody had the time off, and I was like, you know what, screw it. I got the other stuff. I got the points, so I'll just go ahead and go. And it was just on Monday because the security or the casino staff was really rude that morning too. When I was in the casino, just waiting for my room to get tidied up. So I'm going back that night, and I had like 3 or 4 security guards roll up on me, like, "Hey, how can we help you? What are you doing?" I'm like, "It's 3:00 in the morning. What the hell do you think I'm doing? I'm coming back from a night out in Vegas." Like, they made it seem like it was the craziest thing in the universe. Like, I have a room key.
People out.
It's crazy. It's 24/7 time. It's just like help me to my room, and they're real dismissive and very rude about it. And they call down like, "Yeah, does this guy have a room and all that?" Like, of course I have a room. I have a key. What do you think I'm gonna do with this thing?
Like, let me show you my key. What else do you want to see?
Or something. It was crazy. Like, the other 2 nights I was there, everyone was very, super polite. Bar staff was amazing. Wait staff was amazing. The hotel check-in staff was really amazing. They made a couple little mistakes, but they super overcompensated for it, and I was really hyped. I would have given it a 5-star review, but casino staff and security staff were just so they're so uptight. I don't know what was stuck in there. Something was stuck up there somewhere, probably a broomstick or something longer or painful.
Right?
But that's how they were walking around, right?
It's so crazy how the front desk, they are the best. Like, at the Cosmo, they always upgrade me. You just be nice to them, they always upgrade you. But the security and the casino staff, they're a little on something else. I don't know what they are.
I know. CG, you ever had any trouble with the hotel staff or security or anything like that, just out of curiosity? I mean, we've only had the 2 minorities talk about it, so I want to hear how it sounds coming from you.
Any problems with the security? But usually I'm in the casino or whatever, or I'm eating, or I'll sometimes go out with my family. But as far as like the overall service, if you take the security out, I agree with you guys. I mean, they haven't ever pestered me, but if I'm not like if I'm in the casino or I'm spending a ton of money at a restaurant or whatever, I don't think security is gonna roll up on some overweight fat guy in Vegas. white guy. So,
Well, it was weird for me because I've never been pestered before. Then, and I think the only difference now is I have dreads. I didn't used to have dreads because I always had short hair, and that's the only feasible difference I can think of.
yeah, yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if, like, maybe you said somehow in their security training they might train to look out for how certain people, how they appear or how they look,
certain characteristics of people.
without trying to make it sound, like they're actively discriminating. But yeah, if your looks slightly change, then all of a sudden you're getting treated different, and there could be a case there. I mean, yeah.
I mean, they didn't really ruin the trip or anything like that. And
Yeah.
They already waived my fees and all, so I didn't really, and I was already getting the rooms for free, so I couldn't really think of anything else I wanted. So I let it go. They walked me over there real nice, but it was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? I do remember an instance where at the Cosmo, we had our music a little too loud. I guess someone complained, and the security, they knocked on our door, and we were scared to go answer the door, so we hid it in the bathroom. And then we're like, he's gonna go away. He's gonna go away. Oh no! Like 2 minutes later, he was still knocking, so aggressive at the door, and we're like, oh my god, I don't want to go out. So my friend ended up going out, and the security guy was really nice and told him, like, oh, we just got complaints that your music is a little too loud. I know it's Vegas, that, just drop down the music. And that was it. And that was my first run-in with security, was our music was too loud. So I guess they're very, very, what's that word? Vulnerable, or any little thing, they will come and find you.
Yeah, so it sounds like they're pretty hypersensitive there. So
Yeah.
No, that's it. Hypersensitive to anything.
Nice.
So that was like the first run-in with security.
All right. Okay, I think we only got about 3 more minutes in this segment over here before we want to jump over to the next one. Any final thoughts for our friend Meek, or any other support for him?
Well, just go to another hotel that's better, or go back to the Cosmo and show them what's up.
There you go.
As far as Meek's concerned, I mean, there's plenty of other fantastic hotels, high end, and I would try to, like, I'm sure he has a manager and a lawyer and whatnot. I'm sure he could work deals to where, like, he could be a special guest or whatever somewhere, and be a baller and enjoy his time somewhere else. I mean, you shouldn't have to be treated like that and being banned or whatever. So.
And I feel like Cosmopolitan should really talk to their employees about the situation, so things like this won't happen again.
Mm-hmm. It's horrible PR. Hopefully they get sold. I mean, there was a rumor that they're up for sale again, and the Hard Rock group is interested, but
also, Hard Rock would be good for him, because I think Hard Rock, that was Rodman's favorite hotel back in the late 90s, early 2000s. So at least we know that they know how to treat a brother, so we'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's Stallone's hotel too. Doesn't he own a part, or is he Planet Hollywood? I can't remember, something like that.
I think he owns part of, maybe it's Planet Hollywood, because but I mean, I'm sure they keep it the same style, but it would just be owned by Hard Rock, and I'm sure you'd get better people. I loved the Hard Rock when it was opened. I don't know what the Virgin Hotel's going to be like, but
by
probably
Richard
different.
Branson's beard, he's going to do something weird with it. I already know.
Yeah.
Man, and that's a one hotel I have not yet been at. It's a Hard Rock.
Okay, that means our meetup has to be at the Hard Rock.
Hard Rock Hotel.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're about out of time. I'm gonna go ahead and just say my final thought on it is, Meek, there's lots of other places here. Resorts World's coming up. I hear Lucky Dragon's trying to open back up. We got the Drew coming, and of course MGM. I'm sure they're happy to take your money. If anything else, I'd really love to see maybe a club or a lounge or something like that. I'd love to go to the Meek Mill maybe at Mandalay Bay or something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and support you on that one, bro. You got the Ace of Vegas seal of approval here. So if that means anything, I don't think it does. All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's move on to the fun part of it. So, Chris, what were the rules for this one? What were we gonna go ahead and do for our second segment?
I'm not sure. We can talk about maybe like our favorite places to stay. Maybe favorite hotels.
Yeah, I think we said favorite place to. I think we said favorite place to stay, favorite place to gamble, favorite place to eat, and then favorite place to drink or party or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
me too.
Oh, you want to go first then, boss?
Let's do favorite places to stay.
Favorite places to stay, and I actually have an overlay ready for that because I know your favorite place to stay already, and it's ironically. Wait, hang on. I missed the timing. The Cosmo.
Oh, so sad. And now that all of this happened, but yes, no. You know what? The Vidara is a little behind the Cosmo because I love Vidara's sweets. They're so cheap. You can get it like what, $60 on like a non-busy day.
Well, you can, but I don't have an overlay for the Vidara, so you have to talk about the
Oh
Cosmo.
no,
I'm
don't
kidding.
worry.
I'm
Don't
kidding.
worry, I
No,
was
no,
just
JK. No,
saying.
talk of it. No, all good
Well,
stuff. I'll leave it up.
Vidara's really, really beautiful. Like inside, you get like a nice bed, big windows, huge bathroom, and your kitchenette. It's one of my favorites to stay now. After, well, yeah, after the Cosmo. Cosmo still my favorite because you cannot beat that balcony. The balcony has me spoiled, and their spa tubs has me spoiled a lot. So that's my favorite place to stay, but
All right.
maybe might be Vidara.
Might be Vidara. That might change in a future video.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
One of those.
CG, what about you, bro? Where's your? Well, actually, hold up. I think I already know your spot because you like to stay at South Point.
Yes, I'm a huge South Point fan because when I drive out, I'm not necessarily on the strip as much, but I also would second the Vidara because I've stayed there multiple times, and it's one of the better hotels, especially because it's center of the strip. You know,
Oh,
where City Center
yeah.
is. I love location.
The
I've
tram
stayed-
is right there.
The tram's right there, so you can go all the way up to Mandalay Bay or Excalibur.
Yeah,
somewhere
I
it
think
goes.
it's
Yeah, you get down to like Luxor or something crazy like
Luxor,
that.
and then next to, yeah, Excalibur, then Bellagio's the other end.
So I've stayed at the Panorama at the Vidara on my honeymoon, and it was like probably one of the best experiences. So you get like the great view right over the strip, then you get like the kitchen net or whatever they call it, like the kitchen, and I mean it's really fun. I like the Vidara, but if I'm just gonna go out for a weekend and I can't get any good my Vegas stuff, I'll stay at South Point because it's off the
Okay.
strip and I just don't have to deal with the crowds as often.
Crazy crowds. Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. I'm just looking right now. South Point Hotel. It's on 977 Las Vegas Boulevard. Let me
Yeah.
check that out.
It's pretty far off
Yeah.
strip, so you would have to if you're flying in, you'd have to either like Uber or rent a car or something.
Okay.
So it is far off. If you know where the Silverton is, it's past that.
Oh, I
going
do
out
know where the
towards
Silverton is. Yes.
So, but the cool thing is, since I drive out, since I live in California, I'm like a
Oh yeah.
3-hour drive away.
See, he's
Like-
lucky. He gets
You're
to just
so lucky.
drive over there every other
No.
week. I got to go to fly on Frontier, or else I have to risk United. And you know they do the Asian doctors on those flights. So
Oh,
yeah, being a black comedian's not gonna work for me.
But I'd say those are my two favorite. Then I mean, I've stayed at the Mirage a few times. I know Ace likes Mirage quite a bit too. So I mean, I've stayed at a lot of hotels, but I'd say
Yeah.
Dara and then South Point if I'm just going out to hang out and relax. So
Well, actually, while we're on the subject of Mirage,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and talk about my favorite hotel.
Yes. What is it?
It is the Luxor. No, I'm kidding. It's the Mirage.
Oh, wow. I was like, that's the first hotel I stayed in. I thought it was the greatest thing ever until.
That's
You
the
stayed at
you know,
other
actually that was
hotels.
my first hotel I stayed in too. I stayed at that. I split 2 days at the. Well, I split 4 days. Half of them were at the Luxor, half of them were at the MGM Grand. My first trip out. But you know, the Mirage is my personal favorite because it's got the volcano, it's got the perfect location, it's got the dolphins on site too. The clubs aren't too bad. It's got a bar everywhere, and it's not obnoxiously oversized. And you know,
Yeah.
the weirdest thing, it just smells really good constantly.
Oh.
well, they pay a whole lot of money to have
They have
what is it,
fragrance.
Polynesian?
Yeah,
fragrance.
they got this crazy perfume that they just like run through the vents and all, and everywhere just smells great.
Yeah,
I don't
That's
even.
They
kind
spend
of like.
$5 million a year on it or something. I remember reading an article on it. to get people to stay there.
Yeah.
So it's working on
Like,
you.
It's working on me because the sad part is because I've stayed at Signature at MGM Grand, which I thought was I got a much nicer room for about the same price. I mean, it's comped obviously, but for the resort fees and all that, I got a much bigger, much nicer room. I did a trip report on that with my sister-in-law actually, and I took the boss lady out to Mandalay Bay for my anniversary. I think it was last year. And we stayed at Mandalay Bay. They treated us like royalty. Gave us a nice little upgrade. They bought us brunch and dinner the next morning too for just for our anniversary and all that. And I feel like Mandalay is the Mirage on steroids. Everything that's good about the Mirage, Mandalay just does 10 times better, except for the location. But I'd say that's a superior hotel overall. But my favorite's still Mirage. It's not the best, but it's my favorite, and I think I need to make that distinction.
I love their buffet at Mirage because they have the drink pass.
Oh yeah, the free beer. Yeah, that's the best. That's the best bit there.
And you get that with the My Vegas reward, I believe.
Yep.
Still.
Yeah, because you get the comp buffet and it includes it already, so you don't have to buy an add-on or anything. So you just roll in there. You roll straight up to the carvery with 2 plates. Then you roll over to the bar with 2 hands. Tip the bartender. He'll send you home. He'll send you back with 2 glasses of wine, 2 glasses of beer. He didn't give a damn when I did it.
I'm gonna have to go then to the Mirage. I have not stayed. That's another hotel I've not stayed.
Oh yeah, check it out. I mean, even if it's a short trip, but if nothing else, check out the buffet. Avoid the breakfast buffet though. I was a little disappointed. I'd say it was painfully average. The meat was still good. The protein was still good. The fruit was very juicy. Everything else was pretty average except for the omelets. But the dinner buffet is actually pretty
better.
Yeah, it's very workable.
Where it's like lunch and then it turns into dinner. That's my trick.
Yeah.
Oh yes, where you go at
the combo
3:30 or whatever, and dinner starts at 4, whatever the times are. Yeah, I do that a lot if I'm paying.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the combo breaker.
Yep, that's it.
That's
I'm live here.
That's one of the tips and tricks I haven't said yet because I don't want a whole bunch of people to do it, but it is a good tip.
Right.
Because I don't want them to start kicking people out.
Oh, they I don't think they'd dare. They wouldn't dare. They know better.
Especially when you're spending $30 on buffets or $25 or whatever.
Oh, just don't try that at the Cosmo. That's their wicked spoon.
There you go. Hit them where it really hurts. Get those crab legs.
Yeah.
Right.
Even some of these hotels have a 24-hour pass. I think the Luxor and Excalibur. I mean, those are they're all right buffets. They're not the worst.
I'd almost prefer Excaliburs to Luxor. Even I've tried Luxor's buffet, and that was below painfully average. I can't remember a thing I enjoyed.
Luxor was okay. Yeah. I had their buffet, and it was free, so I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was a 2 out of 5, but a 2 out of 5 for free.
So I'm willing to do 2 for 5s out. To 2 rating for free.
Yeah.
If I got if I spent the money on it, I'd be really kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
Right. It's $30.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I know Caesars Entertainment has some sort of pass, but I don't think Caesars Palace Buffet is included.
I think Bacchanal does it, or Bacchanal is included though, and that one's.
Oh, it is.
I think it is. If you get the premium one, it's $60 or something crazy like that.
Yeah,
but
I think it's
yeah.
I mean, that's not bad. I mean, a lot of people say that's one of the best buffets in Vegas, but I think Wicked Spoon's better.
Yeah, I heard Bacchanal fell off.
You know, when back in the day when I first went, Monte Carlo's, when it was Monte Carlo, they had a buffet and it was really good, and then it completely went downhill.
Yeah.
After, I think the following year they did renovations, and then now what's it called now? Park MGM?
Yeah, Park MGM. They got rid of the buffet and they put in that Italy place. And actually, you hate Italy. No, you don't like the Italy?
There's one here in Chicago, and it was all the rave, and I went in just to see what was up. And you know what? The food's okay. I guess if you really like Italian food, it's your spot. But it's not one of those where it's just it doesn't call me to sit down and have the food. It's just the way it's laid out. I think maybe because I don't like the way it's laid out. It's very confusing, and the food is okay. But I'm also mad because they got rid of my favorite coffee shop. Where Italy was, it was called Samba Latte. I guess we're going into our favorite spots.
Favorite spots to eat. All right, Chris, I'm gonna let you take over here. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you up over here. That's your card. I made you a card.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I couldn't find a good picture of your banner, so you're gonna have to send that to me later.
I'll send you one. But my favorite place, this is the only reason I go to Vegas now, is the coffee. The Samba Latte, it's a coffee shop, and it used to be in the entrance to the Monte Carlo when it was the Monte Carlo, and where Italy was. And it only lasted like a year and a half. And they have this thing called the Nutella Latte, and I get the iced Nutella Latte, and it's the best coffee that I've ever had my entire life. And I sometimes would go in and buy like 4 large iced Nutella lattes and put it in the fridge because I love it so much.
Nice.
And yeah, that's like the only reason now that I want to go to Vegas is just to get that coffee, because I tried making it. It's not the same. I became friends with everyone over the counter, and now I go to the one that's like off the strip. It's I don't know where it's at, but it's off the strip, and everyone knows me there, even though I go to Vegas like here and there.
They can sense when Cris approaches.
Yeah, they're like, man, she's here. Does she live here, or does she? Because I'm there so often.
Right.
But I wish I could just like have it mailed or get one of those drones to bring it to me. I want one right now, so bad.
We'll have CG drive it out to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Go on a road trip to deliver some coffee.
And actually, speaking of which, man, what would you go on a road trip to go get right now in Vegas? What's your spot?
As far as food, if I have the Camelot Steakhouse, my Vegas thing, then I would do that. But if I'm just going to eat and just hang out, I don't know. I would have to say, well, I like those graveyard specials at South Point that I always talk about in my videos. But
what is that? Tell us.
They have, so I think it's from midnight to 6 a.m. at South Point. They have these graveyard deals, and it's basically I will pull it up in their cafe. They have food deals. Okay, good. So basically deals on food where they have certain what is their thing called? It's called Coronado Cafe. So when you go to South Point, if you go between midnight and 6 a.m., they have these specials. For $3 you get biscuits and gravy. For $3.45 you get 2 eggs, hash browns, toast or bacon sausage. They have something called a pancake sandwich, which is basically like an egg and a slice of ham with pancakes.
Oh, cholesterol in a pancake there.
They have a ham steak and 2 eggs, hash browns, and toast for $3.95. A half pound cheese and fries for $3.95, and then steak and eggs for $5, and then 7-ounce steak, and then you get hash browns and toast. So I mean, I would go out there like if I wanted some like cheap food. And there's this Italian food place called Bootleggers. It's off the strip. That's really, really good, but it's expensive. I'd probably go for Bootleggers because Italian food sounds good right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Googling Bootleggers right now.
Yeah.
Should probably kick on. What was that place I went to? Trying to remember the name of this steakhouse, and I think it was Wolfgang Puck, so I'm gonna cheap out and go with a celebrity restaurant. I love the Cravings buffet. If I'm going with that, it wasn't really that fancy. It was like the Bar and Grill in MGM Grand. They have like 3 of them out there. There's like Lupito and Cuccello, and I can't remember exactly which one it was, but it was the one at the MGM Grand. I had a My Vegas reward there, and you know what I discovered? I discovered the flat iron steak.
Oh, yes. Those are my favorites.
It melts in your mouth. I had no idea what kind of cut that was, but I was like, damn, I need to find this at home. I need to learn how to make this. This is delicious. They had some of the best chicken wings, too. Like, they were crispy. Like, they were saucy and all that, but they were crispy and they were still tender, and it's not like they got soggy or someone left them in the fryer too long. It's just perfectly done. Some of the best wings I ever had. I quit doing the review midway through. Yeah. Because I was having so much fun with it. Video. Yeah, you saw that one.
Yeah. Was it when you went? Was that the trip you stayed at the Signature?
That was the one I went to the Signature at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's seen my personal life. I posted on my channel. I'm a problem. And I think the only other one I can think of right now is probably a new spot I discovered, Paradise Cafe at the Mirage, because they have the best potato cakes ever. those were delicious. Like you can tell they're fresh, and obviously hash browns are much better when they're fresh versus frozen. Most places just buy them in, but you could tell they were very handmade, hand seasoned, just individually done, and it was great. And it was before I started drinking too, so I know I was doing pretty good. So Paradise Cafe, it's by the pool. It's a nice little spot. I think it's drastically underrated. No one ever talks about it.
Oh, I'm so hungry now, guys.
Mm.
I want food.
Yeah.
I want food.
Hey, I say
Vegas has the
better
best food, though.
better hungry than thirsty. That's always a good call.
Right. And you know what? And have you guys ever went to the burger place from Gordon Ramsay?
Oh, it's always so packed. It always takes me 45 minutes to get in there.
Oh, it's so amazing. Like, I just got to get a basic burger, and it's not too bad in price if you just do a burger without the fries or anything else. It's just so good. That's I think one of my favorite burgers of all time is the burger place. But yeah, it's so packed. It's beyond packed.
Yeah, the bacon and blue, though. He knows how to put together a bacon and blue burger, I'll tell you.
Yes. I'm just going to be here, like, sobbing, like, I want some.
I'll let's drink to Gordon Ramsay, and let's drink to our favorite places, the party. Who wants to kick off the party scene? Now I'm about 30 now, so I'm gonna stop partying pretty soon, but I'm gonna relive the last of my 20s now and talk about partying. So who wants to kick that off?
I guess I can start it.
All right, let me go ahead and pull your card back up because I keep forgetting to click through these. Okay.
Doing a good job. You're doing a good job.
Doing my best.
My favorite place to go is, besides the arcades, because I'm such a nerd, I just love going to the arcades and winning toys and giving it to kids. I always do that at New York. So if you see me, most likely if I get like a plush animal out of the arcade, I'll give it to like a little random kid.
Move over, Mother Teresa. Cris Rocks is in town.
I know, like, here you go. Here's a plush you wanted. Here's the Eevee backpack that I won once, and I'm like, here you go, kid. But my favorite club place is inside the Aria. It's called Jewel. I think they have decent music, not too packed, and I always get in for free. You just have to find those promoters out there. So I already find a way to get free and get free drinks there. But I always have a really decent time there. It's just my go-to spot because I've been to Hakkasan, I've been to the Marquee, I've been to a lot of clubs, and nothing compares to Jewel. I think it's decent. The only club you'll see me in ever, it will be that club.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my favorite spot to go, just because the vibe, the music is good. It's not like that. What is it? It's not EDM. What do you call it? Is it electronica or something?
Electronic dance music is what it is. It's like techno. It's upgraded techno.
Yeah, techno. You can't really dance to that. I'm like, I want to see I just want to groove and dance. Just play the jam. Just play the bops.
Play the funky music.
Yeah. So that's a good place to chill and hear good music, and that's all I do. And then I make fun of people there. That's my thing. I love to go into a club and just scout it out and see the crazies. Or if there's like ever like those weird, creepy guys approaching me, I say weird things back to like make them go away or give them pointers. I'm like, no, you can't do that. So that's my favorite thing to do in clubs, is just creep other people out.
Straight savage.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my favorite spot is Jewel.
Nice. All right. Well, CompsGuy, I got your card up next. Go for it, bro.
All right. So, at Treasure Island, it's not really a club, but there's a place called Senior Frogs that's pretty fun. But there's this place called Gilly's Saloon, which is right next to it as well. And I mean, I don't know if it's a club or not. I mean, it seems like it's a more food place, but those are kind of places that I like to go, listen to music, grab some drinks, eat with some people. I'm not a huge club guy, but when I go out, I go to places like that. I'd say probably Senior Frogs is the number one, though. So
I love that place. That place is fun.
Cheap margaritas, I'm all over it.
Yeah.
Super fun.
I got to think on this one here because I got a couple places. I'm more of a lounge guy than a club guy myself. I mean, I'll go to a club, but usually not of my own volition. I mean, I like House of Blues because it's got that cool kind of lounge feel, and you can actually talk to somebody. Like when I was still dating, I'd be like, let's go ahead and chill over here. Like single me would be like, hey, let's go ahead and chill over here so I can actually hear you, so I can actually talk to you. Do a little do a little romancing because I thought I was GQ, but I'm not. But I'd probably say currently my favorite place, and 1D, she can go ahead and verify this too, is the Level Up bar at the MGM Grand. And what it's got is
I love that.
Yeah, you've been to the place because it's an arcade. It's just like
Yeah.
and it's a 21 and up arcade. So as much as I love kids, I'm a father myself, and I love kids, but I don't want to be around them 24/7, especially when I'm drunk at 2:00 in the morning trying to play some goddamn Pac-Man in Vegas. And you can play Pac-Man there. I remember we were trying to go to honey, where were we going to last year? We were going to the New York, right? We're gonna go ride the roller coaster, right? So we're going down there trying to get through the hotel, and we were going through the bar, and she notices this Pac-Man machine. She's like, "Babe, we're gonna stop here," because that's totally what my girl sounds like. I'm doing her voice really bad, but no, she jumps in there, and then we spent like the next 20 minutes just playing Pac-Man. Completely forgot what we were gonna do. And last time I was there, I discovered that on Sundays and Mondays they do karaoke. So I was jamming on that Sunday and Monday last time I was in. Did a little bit of Gorillaz. Had to do my my Kanye West impression there. So I didn't get any video of that. Definitely got some shots. Had some people that actually watched the channel too. They bought me a couple shots while I was down there. So that was pretty cool. Just purely coincidental because I only have like 500 followers. So it was like an astronomical set of odds that they were down there. But I thought that was pretty dope, and we're just having a great time. The sound stage is huge up there. The DJ is really cool. I think his name's DJ Scooby, if I remember correctly, and he's just a beast, and it was great. And he'll spend anything for you. He'll spend the new stuff. He'll spend Uptown Funk. He'll spend 24 Karat. What's that one with the what's that one song? Like the. That mattress that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder, so on and so forth. The one.
Oh, with Halsey. Is it Khaled and Halsey?
I think so.
Chainsmokers?
Yeah, it was Chainsmokers. Yeah, he was spinning that, and there were these two college guys that were there. They were like best bros. This little Asian kid and this tall white guy. They were just belting it out, and they were killing it. like they had that practice, and they were like, hey, we're just gonna go ahead and do this. It was just something that they came off of. So that's my favorite spot to party for sure, is the MGM Grand, specifically at the Level Up bar. So if you guys are ever in Vegas and you want to party with the Ace of Vegas, that is where you go, because that's how we roll.
All right.
That is one of my favorites too. Never disappoints.
Yeah, never. So
I have to check out that eSports arena too.
Oh, I keep meaning to go there.
I know. I don't have a PC to play, but
you don't. You should. Yeah, all right. Well, you got to come over. I got the rig, dog.
Yeah, I need to start on my PC, but I really want to go the esports arena.
Yeah, I was meaning to do that.
Luxor? Where's it at?
Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah, it's in the Luxor. Like, they have this huge arena, so you can play Smash Bros. You can play Call of Duty. You can play other stuff too, but I only play Smash Bros, so I don't care about the other stuff.
Too, you can win like 50,000 or.
Yeah, they have Major League Gaming tournaments. So they have these big tournaments too, and then you can do some like minor league tournaments and all that. It actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, fun. The next time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they got rid of Chris Angel, I think, for that, and I think that was a good trade.
Yeah,
that's a really good move.
One of the worst shows I've ever seen.
So many people hate that show, and that's fantastic because I dislike it as well.
Do you guys ever? So I ended up sitting like into the far right where no one was at, because I was like, okay, let's see this, and we ended up catching Chris Angel in the middle of his he had like the black blanket. So he was going to do his disappearing act, and then we just see him running down with the black blanket, and he's like, here, I appear. And I'm like, he just ran down there with the blanket.
He's a fake.
That was the worst. The worst show. Go to Matt Franco's show.
Matt Franco instead?
Yeah, people rave about him.
Oh, the best.
Better than Copperfield or worse? What do you think?
Oh, better than Copperfield.
Better than Copperfield.
His show is mind-blowing.
Right on. I dig it.
Yeah. Go to his show.
Or Blue Man Group. Also go to that instead too.
Oh, yeah, Blue Man Group is nice.
Love Blue Man.
Yeah.
I actually got to see Blue Man for free one time. I got an email one night, it was like a Friday night, and they just offered like 2 free tickets to stay at the Monte Carlo I believe they're at the Monte Carlo when I was staying. And I just got like 2 free tickets, and it was just like all a comped trip, and I was like, okay. It was like a couple years ago, and I was like front row seats. It was so cool. I love Blue Man Group. it was. I would highly recommend Blue Man Group to anyone who hasn't seen them. I mean, I guess maybe that my opinion is because I got it for free, but I thought it was.
No, I thought it was pretty great too, honestly. Because again, my daughter's godfather came with me there too, and we had a blast doing that. So definitely something to
I need
jump
to do
on.
Blue Man.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
have. They actually show the Blue Man Group like 2 blocks away from me here in Chicago.
And you haven't been?
And I still have not been, even in Bay. I have not been, and I keep meaning to.
I'm
Like,
gonna
okay, I
disconnect
just
you from the
buy
podcast
the
right now.
ticket.
Go now. I'm disconnecting you.
Just walk there and watch. I know it's so bad. I was like, oh yeah, Blue Man Group is so close to me. I never go. So I
You are
have to
officially
go.
DC'd,
I
my
have to
friend.
go. No, I know it's so bad, but I will go. I will go.
All right, well, let's go ahead and we should wrap the hour up too.
Yeah.
What do you got? What's your guys' favorite spot to gamble? Just out of curiosity, I know no one here is a major gambler, but we do
Yeah.
enjoy playing. I think we're all gamers, not so much gamblers, but we definitely like to
Yeah.
game.
Um,
So, what's
I
your guys'
have-
best spots for gaming? Would you say?
I like where New York has the Ghostbusters machine, and that Ghostbuster machines is the easiest machine you can win. Because with 20, I always come out winning in that machine. Because it's when you hit the bonus, you're guaranteed like a good $20.
All right.
Even if it's a 25 or 50 cents, I don't know what the minimum is, but that's my go-to machine. And it's only in New York. That's the only machine I found because they got rid of a lot of them.
Yeah.
Maybe because people found the system and
They were too good.
playing it. Or, yeah, that's my go-to. Or downtown Vegas for on Fremont Street, blackjack. My favorite
Yeah,
$5 blackjack.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of blackjack. I go play down when I do play. I play down on Fremont, but my favorite machine, what I would have to say is Monopoly, probably, and I don't know why. I just like it for some reason. I think
hits
I
fun.
normally just play it, wherever I can find it on the strip. If I'm gambling on the strip, it's fun, but I don't know why for some reason. I sometimes there's just games that I gravitate towards and just playing. I'm like, oh, this one's fun, and then I win. So I just end up enjoying it. Yeah.
Let's try Monopoly.
Nice. And if we're talking, if we're talking tables, obviously blackjack is my game too. I usually do the best at the Luxor, ironically. If we're talking about on strip, off strip, probably Golden Nugget, not my favorite place to be, but yeah, that's definitely my blackjack spot of choice for sure. If I'm doing a machine, I don't usually do slots. As you guys know, if anyone watches my channel, ironically, even though I do my Vegas slots, I hate slot machines just because I have no input onto how well I can play, and I want to win and lose on my own terms. If I lose, I want to know that I suck, and if I win, I want to know that I'm actually kind of good at stuff. But I recognize that's just how it is. So if I do play a slot, it's usually something cheesy like Wolf's Run. I remember playing that at I think I was playing that at Treasure Island, actually. No, not Treasure Island. It was, give me a second, it was Luxor the first time I was there, and I ended up winning a good $400 off that one, so that worked out really nice. I ran through about $50. I came up to like the last 3 and I won, so I called my friends up. I was like, hey, I won some money. They're like, good, take it out now. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. That's how that works. Because I was like 22 and I was an idiot, so that's how that worked there. But if we're talking video poker, there's a great bank of machines in the Mandalay Bay that's like right behind the high roller room over there. Win every single time, at least double the money, if not more. So that's my all-time favorite spot to gamble is probably Mandalay Bay. And it doesn't hurt that my first anniversary was over there too. So I got a little bit. I'm a little nostalgic.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
So
There you go. Got all our favorites.
I think we did, and I think I burned up the last of our time, unfortunately. So that's on me. That's my bad, guys, because I'm a blabbermouth.
You're good. No, keep going.
All right. So, any final thoughts for our first podcast over here? I had a really great time with you guys. I'm glad that you guys made it out.
Yeah, no, this was fun. It went by really fast. I was like, wow, an hour already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went super fast, and like I said, I was looking forward to it, and everything went really smooth. And it was fun, just like having a conversation. It's like we've been friends forever.
I know.
Well, we spend enough time together on the internet, so I'm sure.
Yeah. I know. And it makes me miss Vegas. I'm like, I want to go check out the flights and go.
All right. Well, hopefully for the 1,000 subscriber special, I'd very much like to do a live stream there in Vegas with you guys. I'm sure, depending on how everyone's schedule is, obviously. One of these days, we absolutely have to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
That'll be fun. That'll be our goal.
All right.
We have to set up a goal now.
All right, that is the mission. So everybody contribute to whoever has a Patreon in this channel so that we can all afford to go to Vegas just for the fun of it and party on your dollar.
Sponsor us.
Right? we should call up Play Studio, see if they'll do that for us. I feel like they should.
Yes, we just have to keep on going and be consistent.
All right, definitely.
It's a whole lot of free advertising for them.
Oh, I'll tell you. I mean, we with all the stuff that we do, you're posting new videos for them every single day, man. So
Yeah.
they should love you if nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, all I do is not all I do. I have other things I do, but when I get on, I just try to do whole big bulk thing of videos, and I try to post them, frequently. But
yeah,
but it's just hard because, like I said, I have a family as well, so it's I can't just sit down in the middle of the night, when everyone's
Now this is why it took us 6 weeks to put this together because we have lives.
I know.
For sure.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's all the time that we have today. Don't forget to join us probably sometime next week. I'm going to go ahead and advertise this a lot better, although I know I'm going to be out of town next Friday, so it'll probably have to be a Saturday or a Sunday or something. We'll talk about it in chat for sure. But don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to my boy the Comps Guy. I got his link in the description box below too, and also my girl Cris Rocks. I got her link in the description box below too, and obviously follow their other social medias. And if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to give me a like, and if you haven't already subscribed, I wouldn't mind having you hang around the channel myself. So, until then, I'd say Ace of Vegas is signing out. Strong hands and happy spinning, and I think it's time for your guys' catchphrases, too.
Oh, I will come up with one next time. That's my catchphrase.
I think my catchphrase is I'm the Comps Guy, and signing off. I think I say something like that.
I think you do. I think that's usually
something
it.
to that effect.
All right, guys. Well, we'll go ahead and see you next time. But like I said before, strong hands and happy spinning. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye-bye.